If I had to learn AI from zero today, I reset all my knowledge about AI. I would skip all those useless tutorials that 99% of us wouldn't even use. Yes, I will only focus on those 20% that can yield an actual result. And before I begin, I just want to make sure that we're on the same frequency, that AI can be useful if it's a big if you give the AI, the large language models, a context. Okay, just like any human being you interact with, if you just give a human a very generic context, they will give you a generic answer as well, right? So that's why context is king. Now that we already in same frequency, let's go on to step number 1, which is pick a model. If this video was made in 2023, there might be some models that way ahead from the other models, but right now I would say, based on my research, like every model might yield the same result. So just pick one. You don't have to be fluent on every models. Pick one. It's either OpenAI ChatGPT, Anthropic Claude, Google Gemini, anything that is relevant to you. Then you might ask a question, how do I know which one is relevant to me? For me personally, I think ChatGPT is the most user-friendly. For everyday tasks, I would recommend ChatGPT. If you into design or coding, I would say Claude. If you're into video or photos, then it's Gemini. Once you contextualize to your own workflow, you pick one model. The next step is to make sure you use the strongest model. If you don't know, most of the AI models give us the config to choose which model that we want to use. For example, ChatGPT, you can pick whichever model that you want to. Same goes with Cloud. Haiku, Sonnet, you name it, you can just choose it. And I still run into people that use AI that doesn't use the pro mode because they think it's just the same. Trust me guys, if you use the strongest model, it yields different results. So they don't pay me to say this, but make sure you get the premium plan. Now we're talking about prompting. In 2023, there are lots of jargon out there. You say tag, role, like too many people saying that you gotta prompt AI very specifically to make sure the output is good. But now AI has gotten so good, you just need these two concepts, outcome and context. So basically, what kind of goal that you want to give to the AI, the large language models, and you gotta give them a context. That's it. What's the outcome? You give them context. For example, if you want to lose your body weight, you give them the outcome and you give the AI context of your health right now. For example, how many hours you sleep, what kind of food you usually eat, what kind of exercise habits you have. You give the AI the context. Outcome, context. And for people that don't know what kind of outcome that they want to get, I always say to those people, let's try reverse engineer. What kind of outcome that you see out there that you like? Get that outcome and just dump it. You can screenshot it, you can share it to the AI first, and then ask them to give you the prompt to get to the outcome. What do I mean by reverse engineer? For example, if you want to make a YouTube thumbnail, you see a video like this one, Hasan Minhaj, very cool looking YouTube thumbnail, and you also want to create the thumbnail. So what you should do is just dump in, upload it to ChatGPT and ask, give me the exact prompt for this thumbnail. And then as you can see, ChatGPT will try its best to make sure that you can generate the thumbnail as well. I think this is very underrated. Just reverse engineer the outcome that you want to have. Next, AI right now is very powerful. You gotta make sure you know all the shortcuts. But the one shortcuts that I think everyone should know is the add. For example, if you want to make a presentation, just type add Canva. And then the Canva AI will come to your ChatGPT or Claude. The use of it is for you to prompt the ChatGPT and then make sure the ChatGPT can talk to your Canva. So it's all done in one interface only. So you don't have to go back and forth. Just stay in the ChatGPT. So when you use the ChatGPT work, this is usually what the UI looks like. There are outputs, sub-agents, sources, and so on. And most of the people doesn't know that you can just type add and then you type Canva and the ChatGPT will talk to the Canva to do the task for you. So for example, in this chat, I asked ChatGPT to create a website for me. And then I asked ChatGPT to create the mockup in Canva. So I say make the mockup on Canva and this is what ChatGPT got for me. Next, to automate your life, you gotta make sure you use this one, projects. Or in Cloud, they say core work. So in projects or core work, there are three main variables. One is the instruction. You gotta be very specific. Two is the files. What kind of files that you want the AI to know about. And third is the memory. Like all those past conversation they put it in memory. So why the memory is important? Let's say if you have two projects that separated and suddenly you think that these two projects should talk to each other. You can ask them to create an .md files, so you can give them two MD files to interact with each other so the context is full. So this is a project, right? So for example, if I already talked so many times to ChatGPT in this chat, I can just ask ChatGPT to create the MD files. So I can upload these MD files to my other projects, so my other project have this context. Why do I say projects or cowork can automate your life? Because you can give them instruction to run your prompt without even you prompting it. So you just supervise. For example, if you want a daily dashboard where an AI already scan through your email, scan through your report, scan through your Google Drive. So every time you wake up, you got those daily dashboard, clean looking and very easy to read. And then you can just pick which activity that you should focus on. I think it's very underrated. So I already prompt my daily dashboard. I asked the ChatGPT to crawl to my Gmail, to my Google Drive to see all my tasks. So as you can see, this kind of thing makes me know what should I do from here, make my day more structured. Instead of I just wake up and I don't know what to do. And right now, as you can see, with this, I know what I should focus on. So these are my tips for you using AI to be very productive. I would say these 20% of the tips yielded 80% of the optimum result. If you like this kind of video, please make sure you subscribe and then comment on which kind of topic you want me to talk about in the next video. That's it. Stay classy.